I hope y'all can hear me. I just want to say 1 second. Only New Orleans puts together events like this to celebrate life. So I just want to, express my personal just wow. So good to see so many people to celebrate their life. Long live us.
Jesse, can you tell us what's the name of your after-school program or summer music program?
Yeah, I have a 501c3. It's called the Community Music Center of New Orleans, cmcno.org. And our simple purpose is what I've been doing here for about 25 years. It's getting the young cats together and definitely out of these streets and just connecting with other 501c3s, that's non-for-profit organizations that are here to save our children before they become victims in the street and us becoming victims of the young people. So I do a summer program and I'm also going to start an after-school program in the spring of the Christian Unity Baptist Church.
Give it up to Mr. Jesse McBride.
Yeah.
Do we have any of the Batiste brothers in the audience? I see my, what about Uncle Peter Batiste? Is he here? For Peter, come up to the stage. What about Mr. Michael Batiste? Is he in the audience? And the original Batiste brothers. Come to the stage, please. Where Uncle Michael at? I saw him somewhere. Uncle Michael, come to the stage. Okay. Well, first of all, it's kind of strange, but I'll just say it. These two gentlemen, along with their brother Paul Batiste and my dad, they have given me and Russell so much confidence and so much energy that we can fact check literally the New York Times and the LA Times, because that's what I did. And they have enough confidence in us to tell the true history of how New Orleans music has changed. So before there was really the meter sound, my dad and his brothers went to the Apollo Theater in 1965. My Uncle Michael was 15 years of age. But if you listen to my Uncle Michael, he was 14. Michael and Paul sounded like Earth, Wind & Fire rhythm section. So imagine Russell having in his house a rhythm section like Earth, Wind & Fire. When I actually went to, I was in Memphis because I was working with the, Bill Street, the owner of the BB Kings, and I called my Uncle Michael. I was like, Uncle Michael, when I heard Birding White play bass, that's the same kind of thing when that Russell heard the rhythm from Michael and Paul. So Michael happens to also be John Batiste's father. That won the 5 Grammys. So give it up to my Uncle Michael Batiste. Michael, can you just say a few words and Peter just about Russell and what y'all saw in him when he was small?
Hey, how y'all doing out there? Yeah, I remember Russell growing up, I remember him crawling on the floor. And I remember him picking up drumsticks. He liked, like most kids, he might see bang on drums. But they could tell there was something different with Russ. Because, 3 or 4 years old, some kind of way he seems to know what that beat was, so he wasn't just banging, he could play with a tempo. But yeah, we knew Russ was going to be great, from just about from the beginning, And coming up in the house, it's like we didn't have much choice.
So, I'm Peter. I'm one of the brothers as well. My mom and dad had 7 sons. And so there's always music in our house. My mom played and sang, my dad played, my uncle, and had piano in the house. We played all the I grew up with. And God bless us all with an ear for music. And so Russ coming up, like Michael said, he had no choice. We really didn't have a choice because we'd be practicing in the living room. And Stanley Radcliffe, one of the most funky drummers in the world, would sit Russ on his lap. And like Michael said, he just had that special spirit. I do have to say that, Russ and I both graduated from St. Hall, but when Russ was a teenager, I was working at a bank and a friend of mine took me on the lake. And I Lake Pontchartrain. And so Russ might, like I say, 12, 13 years old. So my banker friend wanted to get me on to water ski. And so he put me on off the boat, and I was scared to death. You know, I was thinking about alligators and anything else you might think of. To the point that my coworker looked at me and said, "Peter, you look scared shitless." And I said, "I am. Get me out this water." So I got out the water and got in the boat, and I had my daughter Kwana and my son Peter, and then Russ is fearless. Maybe 13 years old, Russ got up on those water skis and was water skiing. You know, so he was fearless about everything. And I really, you know, hindsight is 20/20. I wanted to keep Russ for myself. I wanted Russ to be the Batiste Brothers Band drummer for life. But Russ was bigger than that. You know, Russ was bigger than that. And I wish I would, I hope after this, you know, Russ lives on in y'all's heart. Listen to his music, his albums. He's a great musician. And more than that, he was just a great human being.
Yeah.
So they say I'm talking about Mark, I'm not saying a whole lot. All of them said everything they said was right. So, thank you guys for coming out. This is one of the things that my son would have wanted. The hospital is a great, great musician. A room full of wonderful people that love music and could understand music and understand what it would take. That's music. Yeah, so let's enjoy ourselves, man. Let's enjoy the music that Russell would want us to enjoy, and enjoy, as I said, all these wonderful, diverse musicians. So thank you very much.
All right, Dave.